I'm a full-time clipper, and last week I made about $4,055. Now these videos aren't to flex or sell you some crazy expensive course. They are simply educational. I post educational YouTube videos about clipping because I need more clippers to join my team and help get real results for my clients. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down where every single penny of that $4,055 came from, how I closed the deal, what the deal entails, how I need to fulfill on that deal, how long the deal is going to take, and how you can also close deals like that for yourself. Before I go into all of that, if you're a clipper or somebody who's interested in getting into clipping, make sure to subscribe, like this video, and leave a comment on future content you would like to see. And also, if you want to work with me and my team directly, make sure to click the first link in the description of this video. It's not some expensive one-on-one program. It's a very simple group where I can connect with my clippers on a more personal level and help them start earning a lot more quickly. Now, obviously, there's different levels to this. You do have to build up some experience and a good network to actually close similar deals, and that's exactly what I'm going to be showing you in this breakdown. So if you're a beginner clipper and you only clicked on this video to see how legit clipping actually is, you can see right here are the real receipts. As you can see, a Zelle payment right here on August 24th, another Zelle payment for $750 on August 26th, and then Stripe payments from August 22nd to today, which was around August 28th, $3,000. I'm not trying to sell you a dream. This does take hard work, but I do want to break some of your limiting beliefs and show you that clipping is a real valuable service to get into, and in my opinion, it is one of the best ways to get into making money online. It has the lowest barrier to entry, which simply means that if you're a beginner with little to no skills with anything that has to do with making money online, it is one of the most simple skills to get into and start making money within your first 2 weeks. Now let's start breaking down these actual payments. The first one right here, as we can see, is $250 on Zelle. This was for a small flat rate project of about 10 clips, and this only took about one single day, and I would rank it as easy. The second one is $750 plus another $750 paid after 1 million views. The first $750 was paid up front, so in total this was a $1,500 deal on August 26th, paid with Zelle, and I would label this as medium. It could get a little difficult depending on the creator that you're working with. For this one specifically, I'd say it's about a medium. The next one, as you can see up here, these Stripe payments totaling $3,000. One of them was $1,000 for a WAP campaign management and also running one clip account. I would label this as difficult. The next one was $1,500 for another WAP campaign management and also another one clip account and posting on a main account for trial reels management. So I would also label this as difficult, and this one's even honestly more difficult than the first one I showed you. And then lastly, $500 plus $500 after 1 million views. So a total of $1,000, but we were only paid $500 up front. And this is for 2 clips per day for 4 weeks. And I would label this as medium. Now I am a full-time clipper, so I am always closing deals similar to this. And I make these videos, again, like I said, to break limiting beliefs and show you that this is a real valuable business. And I do provide real value to my clients, and I really prioritize my clients. And I see it firsthand that people really do need good clippers. And that's why I make these YouTube videos, to call out people who might be interested in learning this skill so that they can join my team and help me get great results for my clients and get paid just like this. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down first the skills that are needed for the specific deal, and then where to start to get on the path to close deals just like this for yourself. So for the first one, like I said, this $250, flat rate project, I did label it as easy. The skills needed for a project like this, since it's just a very small package deal of 10 clips, I get them done, send them back to the creator, and it's a done deal. I'm paid up front, I do it all in a day, and I get it over with. What skills do you actually need for this? You really just need basic clipping skills, right? This is a very entry level deal to close. And I actually know a lot of clippers that, this is one of the first deals that they close once they start getting retainer deals. Now, usually for a deal like this, all you need is basic clipping skills. You just need to know how to put a clip together, how to put captions on it, how to format it, how to find clippable moments that could go viral. And that's really all it takes. Usually, these video editing skills can be learned within at least 2 to 4 weeks. After that, you are well on your way to closing a deal like this, as long as you pair this with strong communication or sales skills and perseverance and outreach. Because when it comes to a deal like this, you have to be able to, contact creators, talk to them, cultivate a relationship with them, and obviously sell them on the fact that you can make these clips, right? The good thing is that there's a lot of creators looking for deals like this because a lot of them aren't ready to hire a full-time clipper, and they'd rather just pay somebody a couple $100 to do a flat rate project. Now, again, why I say you have to have perseverance and outreach is because these are not long-term deals. These just happen here and there, and if you want to make this a consistent source of income, you have to be closing like 3 to 5 of these at least per month. And to do this, you have to be following a lot of creators. You have to be constantly in touch with these creators, and you have to have a lot of perseverance in communicating with them back and forth, because like I said, it's not consistent. Now, where can you actually start to get on the path to closing deals like this? Number one, you have to build a small portfolio of results to actually put out to the creator to show them that you know what you're doing. Now, the best way to do this obviously is to just start on WAP and be a WAP clipper for a while. If you're a complete beginner, you need to start on WAP. I will always say this. These are not like complete beginner deals that you can close. The only complete beginner deal that you can close is clipping on WAP, because on WAP, download the app, get on the website, the money is already on the table. I have multiple guides on how to clip on WAP on my YouTube channel. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, please check those out. It's basically a platform where creators already have campaigns ready to pay clippers. All you have to do is set up an account and start clipping. And once you get views, you will be paid for them. That's the best way to start building a portfolio of results, because the money is already on the table. The opportunity is there. It's up to you to take it. Secondly, you want to make sure that you're following every single potential lead. Whatever niche you're trying to target, if you're even trying to target a specific niche, you want to make sure that you're following all of them on Instagram and they're actually posting about your clipping on your profile. Now, I know this is kind of hard for people to do, but realistically, there's a lot of people doing this, and it's really simple to close these small projects when you're posting about clipping. And randomly, when you're following all of these potential leads, they'll post a story asking for clippers, or hey, I need a short form editor, and that's when your opportunity arises to swipe up and get your foot in the door. I would not say to do cold outreach, because so many people are doing this and it's not really that successful. And it's obviously because I have firsthand experience with this. I'm only successful with cold outreach because I have a very strong network already. A lot of people follow me. I have a lot of credibility. But when you're first starting out, the best way to do it is to just follow all the people and wait for them to post a story saying that they need your work. That's when you can get in and pitch them the idea. But the main thing is building that portfolio, following everybody, and waiting for those opportunities to come up. Now, the next one is this $750 deal, which again, it is a $1,500 total deal, but we were only paid $750 up front. Now, what are the skills needed for this one? You do need, I would say, strong clipping skills. So I think you need to have been clipping for at least 1 to 3 months before closing a deal like this, because you do need to have a pretty strong understanding of what a really good clip looks like and how to make really good clips from huge pieces of footage. Now, this can get pretty difficult. That's why I do think that you need a little more experience than just basic clipping skills. And also, you need strong culture research skills. And what this is basically having a strong understanding of how to do research into who your creator is, what content styles are working for them, what content styles do their audience look for when they go on social media. You have to be able to take a look at your creator's profile and know exactly what audience you're targeting and what content styles resonate best with that audience. And again, this takes a lot of time and a lot of experience to understand what actually works for different content styles and different audiences. But once you have built up this skill, it's one of the most important skills when it comes to clipping, because you can look at any creator and know exactly which style is going to work for them and go viral within their certain audience. And then lastly, you need very strong communication skills, because with deals like this, where you're posting a high volume, like 3 to 5 clips per day, and also running a clip account, you need to be able to consistently communicate with your client, tell them what's working, tell them what's not working, update them on your performance, update them on their clip account. There's so many different moving parts when it comes to a deal like this. So you have to be able to effectively communicate with your clients every single day. A couple tips I have for client communication is simply, number one, don't say anything that's unnecessary. Get straight to the point. A lot of these creators are very busy. They don't have time to, read unnecessary messages. Stay very goal orientated. In this case, the goal is 1 million views. If I'm sending a message to this creator, the whole point of the message has to be, how are we going to get closer to that goal, and how are we going to reach that goal within the time frame that we set? Now, where can you actually start to close deals like this? Number one is you have to build a network by giving free or cheap work. Now, a lot of people don't want to hear this, but the reality is, to actually get in contact with creators that you can close deals like this with, you need to build a network. And the only way to build a network is to forget about money for a little bit. This is the way that I've done it every single time. I've done a lot of free work or cheap work for creators, or I start the work before getting paid just to show them what I can do. This is difficult because we are all motivated by money, obviously, but if you want to be the high performer that's able to close deals with really big creators in the space, you have to have the ability to, step back away from your ego and say, okay, I'm going to put in the work, show the value, and that's why I'm going to get paid. A simple understanding of the fact that you don't deserve to be paid until you deserve to be paid, whether that be because of your credibility or because of the work that you've already started before getting paid. Number two is you have to be able to reach out into their circle. Once you start building a network with these different creators, you want to go through their actual following list. So check who they're following, check who they work with, check who they talk to, who are their friends that also might need your service, and start reaching out to their circle. Especially if they follow you back, you already have some credibility, so you want to start tapping into their circle by texting all these people. And number three, you want to build authority by learning as quickly as possible. And again, the best way to do this, like I always say, is to start clipping on WAP. If you start as a WAP clipper, you'll have so much experience on how clipping actually works, how communicating with clients work, how your clients work, how to research different content styles, how to research different audience types. You'll have so much experience and you'll be ready to close deals like this because you've spent some time in the trenches as a WAP clipper, doing the hard work, putting some time investment into it. And that's how you're going to get the actual authority to close these type of deals, because you've spent so much time doing it as a WAP clipper. And if you're ready to jump into WAP clipping, we have so many campaigns available. Again, first link in the description of this video to get started with that. And then lastly, you just have to be able to research content styles daily. So always be on your phone looking at different creators within the niche that you're targeting. Figure out what content styles are working for them, what's making them go viral, and how you can replicate these with your actual clipping skill. Okay, now we're gonna get into this $1,000 deal for WAP campaign management and also one clip account. I label this as difficult, and a lot of people want to get into this, but they don't actually know what it takes. So this is gonna be a really good one to talk about. So number one, what are the skills needed for this? You need team building skills. Now, a lot of people don't have this, especially if you've been clipping on WAP. You need to engage with a community, no matter what that community is, whether it's a free group, a paid group, whatever it is, you need to start engaging with the community of clippers because you need to learn how to actually build teams. And this goes right into the second part. You need to have a clipper network. To actually manage a WAP campaign, you have to know a lot of clippers and be able to onboard them onto your campaign to do quality work for your creators so that you can actually get them results. Number three is you have to have a strong content understanding. How does a content game even work? How do hooks work? How do, building up strong, reputable clip accounts actually look like? And then you also need a strong culture research skills, just like, the last deal. You have to understand what is their audience, what are their content types, what is the content that's going to work for them, and how can you deliver this service by building a team that actually delivers on that content type according to your research. Team building skills are one of the most important ones because you have to, organize a group of clippers that are actually going to deliver on the content style that you come up with based on your research. So this is a lot less about the actual skill of putting clips together and a lot more about team building, organization, and communication. Now, where do you actually start to get on your way to close deals like this? Number one, start building your network of clippers. The best way to do this is by joining a group. I obviously personally recommend either my free Discord. If you want that, shoot me a DM on Instagram and I'll send you it. Or my paid group. It's only $30. It's the cheapest group on the market right now, and it's the best way to get in contact with a lot of motivated clippers who are willing to network with you. Also, you can get experience as a mod in campaigns. So you can find new campaigns and ask them if you can be a mod. You don't need to be paid for it because it's very simple work. And this will give you a lot of insight into how the campaigns work, how to build teams, how to motivate clippers, how to keep them doing the right thing. And then you also need to build relationships with creators as a top tier clipper. This is the best way to actually become a clip manager. And a lot of people don't know this, is that if you can build a relationship with a creator because you're such a good clipper, and I've seen people personally do this. I have one person specifically that was in my paid clipping group, and he was a top clipper in a campaign, and that creator ended up stopping the campaign, but he kept paying that one single clipper as his main clipper because he saw how good he was as a clipper. Now, this is the best way to get your foot in the door to build a strong personal relationship with creators. And eventually, if they start another campaign, you'll be the first one on their mind when it comes to who's going to actually manage it because you have first-hand experience working for that creator. And this all goes back to being a WAP clipper. It's the best way to get your foot in the door and start getting experience, whether it be to be a manager or to just be a really good clipper. And that goes in right into the last one, building experience as a clipper. I can't stress this enough, guys. To close any of these deals that we see right here, the main thing you need is to have experience as an actual clipper. Why do you have the authority to even close these deals? Because you've been a clipper for a while. All right, now let's get into this $1,500 one. Again, WAP campaign management, one clip account, and trial reels management. Now, the skills needed are exactly the same as the last one, right? Team building skills, clipper network, strong content understanding, and strong culture research skills. If you see, these two are the exact same because they're very similar deals. So I'm not gonna go too in depth about this one. It's the same where to start. These are the same deals. So again, if you can lock in on these skills and start taking action on these tips right here, you'll be well on your way to closing $1,000 to $1,500 deals for WAP campaign management and running trial reels, clip accounts, things like that. And once you've built up that authority, it's honestly pretty simple to find creators who need your service, and they'll be more than willing to close these deals with you because they know you've done work before and you have so much experience. And that's when you can get results like this, where people are paying you $1,000, $1,500 in the matter of just a single week, and then your results will start to stack up pretty quickly. And then lastly, we have this $500 one plus $500 after 1 million views, 2 clips per day, 4 weeks total time, and I would also label this as medium. And this goes back very similar to this one over here, the $750 one. As you can see, the skills needed and the where to start is the exact same as that deal right there. I'll quickly go over them again in case you forgot. Number one, strong clipping skills. You need to know what it looks like to make a really good clip, and you can't be, basic. You have to actually be pretty damn good at it. And again, it goes back, the best way to do this is to start as a WAP clipper. Now real quick, I'm going to show you exactly what I mean by strong clipping skills. This right here is an example of really solid clips, and these are for a main account, not a clipping account. That's why it's so important to have a really strong skill when it comes to clipping, because some of these people you'll be posting on their main account and they need to be very, very high quality for them to work. So if we look at some of the clips here, we can see that I put a lot of effort, obviously, into the cuts, the titles. Everything looks very, very clean. It's very, very high quality. If I go through more of these reels, as we can see right here, a lot of them perform very, very well. As we can see, 11,000 views. They're averaging about 5,000 views. We have some over here that got even 200,000 views. You can see the style on these clips are very, very well made. You can tell that whoever clipped these, which was me, put a lot of effort into understanding what style is going to look good with the footage, with the formatting, with the vibe. Everything about this clip flows together, and it looks like it was made perfectly with every single part of the clip working together. And that goes for every single clip that we've posted so far. They have a really strong presence to them. They look very well made. This is what it takes. You guys can search up this guy and look at his reels to have a good understanding of what these clips look like. And again, where to start: build your network by giving free or cheap work with creators, start reaching out into their circle, build authority by learning as quickly as possible, and research content style daily. Doing a deal like this for somebody like this, I have to do a lot of research into what content styles are going to work for their audience, because they have a very niche audience. And again, that just goes into being able to do a lot of research. But that's pretty much it. After watching this video, you guys should, number one, have a good understanding of what closing deals like this looks like to make anywhere from, a couple thousand up to like $3,000 or $4,000 every single week as a clipper. You guys should have a good understanding of what the workload looks like, because it is a lot of work. And lastly, you guys should have a good idea of where to start to get yourself on the path to closing deals just like this, or becoming a top tier clipper. Appreciate you guys for watching the video. If you guys enjoy these videos, be sure to leave a like and comment, and also make sure you subscribe if you aren't already. I'm going to be dropping at least a couple videos every single week about clipping, so leave some suggestions. If you have any questions about clipping, make sure to leave them in the comments, and I'll be sure to make a video about them. My Instagram is also in the description of this video. If you guys want to follow me, I post so many stories on there, and I'm always connecting with people on there, so shoot me a DM if you have any questions.